Hello, friends. It was the early hours of January 3rd, 2026. Around 2:00 a.m., inside a heavily curtained room in Florida, darkness ruled, broken only by the glow of multiple screens. Sitting silently in front of them was the most powerful man on earth, the President of the United States, Donald Trump. He wasn't watching a movie. He wasn't relaxing. What played on those screens was a live military operation, an attack unfolding thousands of miles away. The target was a house in Caracas, Venezuela. Inside that house, the Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro was asleep, completely unaware that within minutes, his life was about to change forever. Earlier, American helicopters had crossed into Venezuelan territory, flying barely 100 feet above the ocean, low enough to evade radar detection. At the same time, a cyber attack crippled Caracas's power grid, plunging the city into darkness. As the lights went out, Delta Force commandos descended from helicopters using ropes, landing silently on the roof of Maduro's residence. They entered through a window, moving toward the bedroom where the president lay asleep. Maduro woke up. Realizing something was wrong, he ran toward his steel-reinforced safe room. But before he could secure the door, the commandos reached him. Within 5 minutes, the sitting president of Venezuela was in American custody. Later, Trump told Fox News, "It was just like watching television. I watched it literally like a TV show." But this wasn't entertainment. This was one of the most shocking military operations in modern history, the kidnapping of an elected president from his own home. When the news broke the next morning, the world was stunned. News channels announced that Venezuela's longtime president had been captured in a midnight operation called Absolute Resolve. Two questions immediately arose. First, why did America do this? Second, is it really this easy for a superpower to kidnap the leader of another sovereign nation? And if so, what does that mean for international order? Before we continue, friends, let me wish you all a very happy new year. Many of you are setting resolutions to improve your lives and achieve your goals. To help you with that, I'm offering a mega New Year discount on all Dhruv Rathi Academy courses. Flat 53% off with the coupon code NEWYEAR53. Now let's return to the story. This operation was not planned overnight. Months earlier, in August 2025, the CIA secretly deployed a team inside Venezuela to monitor Maduro's movements, where he lived, where he traveled, even personal details about his daily life. They also had an insider within the Venezuelan government feeding them real-time intelligence. The risk was enormous. These agents had no diplomatic protection. If caught, the U.S. would deny them entirely. In November 2025, Trump spoke directly with Maduro, issuing what was effectively an ultimatum: step down or face consequences. Maduro refused. According to U.S. officials, multiple generous offers were made, but all were rejected. With that refusal, the operation moved into its final phase. In Kentucky, U.S. forces built a full-scale replica of Maduro's residence, rehearsing the raid repeatedly. Fighter jets, drones, and naval aircraft were positioned around Venezuela. On Christmas Day, Trump approved the mission, timing it when many Venezuelan soldiers would be on leave. Bad weather delayed the plan until January 2nd, 2026. At 10:46 p.m., Trump gave the final order. More than 150 American aircraft took off from 20 different bases. Caracas's power was cut again. Air defenses were destroyed. Helicopters flew low over the sea, avoiding detection. By 2:01 a.m., they reached Maduro's compound. Gunfire erupted. One helicopter was hit but stayed airborne. Delta Force stormed the building. Within minutes, Maduro was captured and flown first to a U.S. warship, then to Guantanamo Bay, and finally to New York, where images of him in chains were released to the public. A foreign president on American soil, in custody. So why did America do this? Supporters of Trump claimed it was about democracy, human rights, and drug trafficking. But the real reason, friends, is far simpler. Oil. Venezuela holds the largest proven oil reserves on Earth. 303 billion barrels, more than Saudi Arabia and even the United States. For decades, American refineries depended on Venezuelan heavy crude. But when Venezuela nationalized its oil industry under Hugo Chavez, American corporations were forced out. Since then, sanctions, coup attempts, and economic pressure followed. Under Maduro, oil exports were blocked. Today, China buys most of Venezuela's oil, and America cannot accept that. Trump himself made this clear when he said, "They took oil away from us. It was the greatest theft in history," as if Venezuela owning its own oil was a crime. Officially, the U.S. justified the arrest using drug trafficking charges, but experts point out that Venezuela is not a major drug producer, and most cocaine entering the U.S. does not even pass through Venezuela. Meanwhile, fentanyl, the real killer in America, comes from Mexico, not Venezuela. The justification falls apart. Global reaction was swift. Countries across Latin America and Europe condemned the operation. The United Nations Secretary General called it a violation of international law. Many labeled it modern colonialism. And legally, even under U.S. law, Trump bypassed Congress, making the operation unconstitutional. Yet accountability is unlikely because America holds veto power at the UN. Friends, this sets a terrifying precedent. If powerful nations can kidnap leaders, invade countries, and seize resources without consequence, then no nation is safe. Today, it's Venezuela. Tomorrow, it could be anyone. Whether Maduro was a good leader or not is a separate debate. But abducting a sitting president in the dead of night to control another country's resources is not justice.